Hello and welcome everyone to the Neville Richards Premier League show. Review round 12, preview round 13. Matt Milne, welcome. We're getting to the pointy end of the season.
Hello, Hazy. Good to see you back on deck. How's the body feeling after a little procedure during the week?
Yeah, not ready to sort of go MMA style against anyone just yet, but I'm feeling good. Turn the corner.
Good to see you've come through it well, and yes, and welcome to my humble abode.
Well,
we're off site again this week.
It's pretty impressive what you've done up there. Like it's pretty epic.
Yeah, is it mirrors up there or something? Is it?
Well, I've heard so much about this, in the mansion that the filming takes place in.
Yeah, well, I did have a Canadian club for you, but obviously you can't partake in that at the stage, and we've got our own little refreshment, so in with the Bennett Racing stubby holder. So, but yes, no, it was a big week on Saturday. Weather was a little, forecast was average, but it actually turned out okay.
I was watching the scores tick around in my absence, and geez, some impressive scoring going on. I know that the par format sort of lends it to a better scoring, but Jesus, the Dirty Pirates.
They went down.
They're gone.
And weren't they sooking up?
Did they really?
Oh, mate, it was so good to watch. It was like Heaton had lost he was a 4-year-old child and he just lost his bag of lollies. That's what he was carrying on. Like, he could not believe it.
Well, we'll get to the Pirates in a minute, but Bullies and the Hookers were the first one we want to sort of have a look at, and it turned into just an epic encounter.
It did. It ended up being another tie, Mark.
Yeah,
another tie, 203 to 203. The Bullies had to 12 players, nearly a full complement, and the Hookers had 8. So good effort by the Hookers. With the 203 score, they are tied for the Callaway golf balls with another team. So we are feeling generous, and we'll have to go to Callaway to try and get some more pills out of them. But all 3 teams that top scored on the 203, their players will be able to get a twin pack of Callaways in the shop. So yeah, we had the Bullies, the Hookers, and the Warriors was the other team on 203. So just giving a bit of a preview there. But for the Bullies, Judy Said, she starred for their team with 37. Cooper McMurray, Rob Casey on 34, Richard West 33, Stu Anderson 33, while on 32 and accounted scores there was Bill Archer, Sean Rodwell and Johnny Wooten for our little spiel last week. Yeah. For the Hookers, Jeff Evans returned another 37, so 2 weeks in a row for Jeff. He was looking like the Travis Matthews shirt again, but he got overtaken late in the afternoon.
He did win a prize of sorts, not Premier League though, didn't he?
He did. He was the winner of the men's winter plate. So congratulations to you, Jeff, on your fine effort. The ever-consistent Neil Ryan had 35. A couple of players who have been under the gun. Richie House, 34. Mickey McNeil, 33. The Frenchman, Marley, had 32, and so did Matt Davies. He had a counted score for a change on 32. But yeah, it doesn't get any tighter with the majority of the players playing in the morning for both teams, and it was evenly poised. But it was the Bullies PM players of Coop, Rich West and Sean Rodwell that put their counted scores in. And it was looking gloomy for the Hookers. But then Neil Ryan come in with his 35, and it left 2 lone hookers on the course. 2 lone ones.
Who were they, mate?
Jill Barker and Richie Howes. So Jilly slid in with a little 30, which then left it to Richie. And with a par on his last hole, gave him the 34 points, and that resulted in a drawn match.
Good Hawthorn lad.
He would be up and about with those Hawks at the moment.
Performed under pressure.
Yeah, and from a ladder perspective, it wasn't great for the Hookers because just makes it a little bit harder because only the 2 points for the draw does make it a little difficult for the top 4, them now being 6 points out. So
we'll touch on that a bit later, probably at the halfway point here. But yeah, some issues there. Would have been better if Richie had had a birdie, but we settled for the par.
So under 25s, none.
Oh, that's it.
None. It must be the par format. Yeah.
Let's look at the second match, Matty. It's the Warriors versus the incredibly disappointing Goblins.
And they sunk to a new low, failed to fill a team again. Warriors had the 9, Goblins had the 5.
This is doubly disturbing before you go into the details because, we got a world-class performance from our man Rico.
Exactly.
And it's gone to waste.
It was Rick Edmondson for the Goblins, 36. Shirley Bell, 33. Justin McGrath, 32. Steve Evans, 30. And Ryan Reynolds, 29. Didn't quite reach the dirty 30, but 29 for the Reynolds. While for the Warriors, we had Noel Pike and Pete DeFazio, 31. Margie Maskell, 33. Robbie Moorcroft, 34. Ray Liniger, 35. And top scorer for the Warriors and the top scorer for the day was Cameron O'Keefe on 39.
Well done, Cam. Been playing good golf.
So, Cam, well done. You're the winner of the Travis Matthew shirt there. As I said, like last week, Hazy, Warriors had it won at 9 a.m. It's a free swing for their team, as discussed. We did say there was no relevance to this match, and it looks like the Goblins took it literally. An example of the ineptness of the Goblins was Tyrrell Edmondson. Missed 2 weeks due to the cruise, then back, came to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Instead of going out for the team, he decided to go to the snow for 3 days. And was Shirley Bell off him?
Really?
She turned up, a little bit of drizzle, and asked him the question, and he blamed me that he had to work. But no, he went to the snow.
Oh, Shirley, I'm with you for the record. That's a disgrace.
That's just, I've got that written. What have I got written there?
Disgraceful Tyrrell.
Yes, and Shirley, you should be angry with him as well, because I would. But yeah, as we said, Cam O'Keefe, Travis Matthews shirt winner. Still wasn't happy though. Reckons he shanked it all the way around for 39.
But we'll get the handicapper to come and see you.
Yeah, the Warriors, now assured of not finishing on the bottom, resigned the Goblins to another humiliating loss, and in the under 25s, we had none.
Extraordinary. Is there any problem between Tickle and Juzzy McGrath?
I'm not sure.
They haven't been seen together for a few weeks.
Not sure if he left him at Yarrawonga or not from their golf trip, but no, I think he's got a bit of a shoulder injury. Had a bit of a fall off the mountain bike, and he was okay to play at Yarrawonga with the boys. Maybe it was the
extra sunlight up there.
The extra sunlight. Maybe it was the copious amounts of alcohol that deadens the pain. But yeah, hopefully he's back this week. But knowing the Goblins' form, probably won't.
Before we move on, obviously Pete DeFazio's got his prescription right again now.
Medication, yes, I believe so. He was looking strong and powerful when he came in on Saturday morning.
It brought his sort of apparent age, like the feels like age, down to 200?
Yeah, down to probably 204. He was looking a little bit faded in the face, like the blood had rushed somewhere else instead of his head. But yeah, it's a good effort to play Pete again at your age.
I don't think the feels like age is ever going to take off.
No.
This is the thing. The third match we want to look at, Matty, is the Crusaders and the Peakers. This was another epic encounter as well.
It was, and the Crusaders had the 10 players, the Peakers had 9, so evenly matched. Peakers just snuck over the line, the Crusaders snuck over the line, 199 to 195. For the Peakers, we'll start there with Yvonne Casey and Murray Wiley on 34. The Flange, 33. Lloyd Shepherd, 32. Chrissy Dodds and David Milne, 31. While for the Crusaders, we had the slow burn Ibbotson, 36.
I thought she was lost to this competition.
Yes, returned back after 7 weeks away. She did go to Italy, I think, for 3 or 4. Didn't catch up with Yanni, mind you. But yes, and didn't she let them know that she was back? Is this the spark for the spirit of the Crusaders to get them back in form? Because it actually was their first win for that long. It's ridiculous. But
she has got wild card capabilities.
She has. She'd been in form prior to Premier League, then she was average. But this might be the turnaround that she needed. As I said, the Crusaders had Nina there, Trev Thompson 34, Cliffy McCorkle 34, Jan Cogger 33, Chris James 31.
God, he's unstoppable.
He's spewing that he's probably not going to get a shirt too. And then the Milkman had 31, but
he could play his way into a
best of team.
Yeah.
He could. If you keep lifting Chris, you never know. But
I mean, he could be the best H grade man. That's a bit harsh.
Yeah, but he is. We won't go any further with that, will we, Christine? But the AM scores favoured the Peakers at the start through the morning, with the Flange and Yvonne Casey and Chris Dodds covering the Crusaders morning ones. The Milkman, White, 15, 17, 18.
Ooh.
It's got him again.
Oh.
Did have a little nearest the pin at one stage, but that got knocked off by the sword. But yeah, the PM Crusaders players just a little bit too consistent.
We can't really speak too much more about Nina's, I guess, bravado in the clubhouse afterwards, but we are trying to track down an image that might tie her to the Queensland State of Origin team.
Oh, is that why she's been away?
Well, she might have been in the Origin camp. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll report back a little bit.
Okay, I haven't heard that.
No, we'll come back.
Oh, you've got some sources, have you?
Yeah, a little source inside there. Just I've just got to try and track down a photo or two just to roll it out. Maybe in next week's video. See how my sleuth work goes.
Yeah, okay, good. Looking forward to it.
Which leaves us with, well, it's a big match because the Pirates continue to talk it up, and they're up against the Tornadoes, and it wasn't make or break for the Tornadoes, but it's starting to get to that time, and they came up with the goods.
And Nostradamus tipped it too. I did call it. Tornadoes 11, Pirates 8. And were they sooking because they only had the 8? They had tears rolling down their eyes. And as I said to them, well, all other teams have experienced it. It happens over the course of the season. So grin and bear it. That's just the way it works. But Tornadoes 201 to the Pirates 196. For the Tornadoes, we had Collies Bell on 38, Andy Wooten 35, Nipper Dodds, fill-in player, he had 33, Sean Ward 32, Warren Stevenson 32, Scotty Hopwood 31, while for the Pirates, it was left to the regulars, Mirrors Heaton 37, Lynn Kirby 34, Scuba Hub 33, Dennis Wood 32, Manny Golfers 31, and then there was a counting score of Raviani and Brooks on 29. But was it the loss the Pirates needed before the finals? As I said, they couldn't believe it. Heaton was in tears. It was like Carlton and Essendon supporters after the weekend's games. Pirates only had one player in the morning. So we didn't have much of a comparison to compare against the Tornadoes players from the morning, but there was strong foundations laid by Ando, Wardy, Scotty Hopgood and Nipper. The PM Pirates were coming home hard with Scuba, Lynn and Mirrors, but it was left to Chop Stevenson, Blue supporter. He was filthy when he came in. 32 points, but it was Collies Bell, the 2023 All-Port player, led him to victory with 38. Little Birdie did tell me the 18th is his nemesis hole.
Coles.
Nemesis hole, made a birdie on it.
Oh.
But we won't talk about the scunged iron along the ground that ran across next to the water hazard and up onto the green that led to that birdie. It was a big win for the Tornadoes, and it was probably lucky in a way, Hazy. For the first time in Premier League history, we had a player couldn't play and organise a fill-in, and then calls up in the morning to say, oh, I can play now.
Oh.
So biscuits aren't it?
It wouldn't be a video if you didn't get into business.
Get your shit together. You're just lucky that Nipper scored 33 and got your team over the line. Imagine if your 35 that you had on the day would have given your team victory if you had lost, how bad you would feel. So, but yes, apparently the weather was a little bit too inclement for fishing, so they didn't go out. But also, Hazy, with the score of 196 for the Pirates, that knocks them out of Team Survivor.
Oh my goodness.
What a day.
196 and it cost them.
And it cost them.
You don't have to be dead to be stiff.
Yeah.
That's such a tragic day. Cole Isbell has impressed lately. He's played some good golf.
He's starting to find a little bit.
We baked him a few weeks ago. Well, one of us did anyhow. I'm not sure who.
That was me.
He's found a bit.
He's starting to find some form, and he's at the right time too, because you want to do that in finals. As we mentioned previously, he was an all-port player last year, which means he was one of the better performed players. This year he's been atrocious until the last few weeks, but well done, Cole.
Nice.
You live to fight another day.
And speaking of finals, as we start to look at the ladder here, Matty, the Tornadoes can almost assure themselves of a finals berth next week when they get the effective bye against the Goblins. So unless the Goblins turn a corner,
yes,
find a heart and have a go.
Yeah, the ladder's starting to take shape. Like the Pirates are, I think they're still 2 games clear, aren't they, Hazy? So
yeah,
they're Bullies and Crusaders tied on 30. Tornadoes sitting in there peachily. Peakers are a game out. Hookers, Warriors, and Goblins are cooked. Put a fork in them.
I'm not I can't mathematically give the Hookers up just yet. I know it's going to take a miracle and a serious string of big results to happen, but they're technically still alive.
They are, and it's going to be. It could come down to round 14 with that. Like this coming round 13, they're playing the Warriors, so evenly matched there.
Yeah.
But then the last round, they're going to be touching up against the Tornadoes. So that could be, depending on how results go, could go there. So it's interesting how the last two rounds are going to go with matches, and that is going to be exciting the final 2 weeks.
Well, let's get straight into having a look at round 13, Matty. There are a series, as you say, of big matches, a couple of duds, but one probably dud match, unfortunately. But let's get into it, nonetheless. It's the Bullies and the Crusaders is the first match we want to have a peek at. Second versus third.
Yeah, it could be match of the round to establish that top 2 finish.
Mm.
Both the Bullies and Crusaders could lose top 4 position if they lose both this week and next week. So depending on how they all pan out, but could probably argue it's more important for the Crusaders to win this one because they've got the tougher run home. They've got the Bullies this week and then they've got the Pirates in the last game. So this is really a must-win for the Crusaders. Last time they met, the Crusaders won 207 to 204. Stewie Anderson dominated with 41 for the Bullies, while Bobby Gibbs top scored for the Crusaders with 37.
Who? Bobby?
Yeah, he's still around.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought he'd stopped playing.
Yeah, no, he's been turning up, but turning up poorly.
Oh, okay.
The Bullies have won 3 and drew 1 in their last 4 games, while the Crusaders registered their first win last week since round 6 on the 15th of June, which was 42 days ago. Milkman, that is better than the Bombers' 7,264 days since they won a final. So at least you didn't have to wait that long. We know the Bullies players will turn up. Will the Crusaders? The Crusaders would love Dan Hopgood, Xavier Boland to play this week. Expect Johnny Rowe could be back after his illness. Was down for Saturday, but was a late withdrawal. Can the Drayton medalist Peter O'Neill bring something to the table? He's been deplorable over the last 2 months. Just like his Tigers.
Just checking on that June 15, and maybe I should have waited until the Goblins match preview, but has Tyrrell Edmondson been seen in that time?
Has been seen on the golf course a lot. I think he found a friend on the cruise, so he was a little bit preoccupied, I think.
Oh, well, there you go.
Exclusive here.
That's what you want, exclusives here. Dear. Let's have a look at the second match, Matty. It's the Hookers against the Warriors. And this is, I don't know, how would you describe this match?
This is 6v7. Hookers just need to keep winning. 6 points out of the top 4. Loss means season will be gonzo. Last time they met, it was a 1 point win to the Hookers, 177 to 176. Fill-in player Toby Prime top scored for the Hookers. He obviously won't be there this week, and Julie Milne top scored for the Warriors. Both teams' form has been hit and miss over the last month. Hookers have too much to play for. Jeff Evans has found his form. Combine that with the consistency of Neil Ryan, that big strong plumber, Mickey McNeil, and Malsey. It could prove too much for the Warriors. Warriors players still need Cam O'Keefe to fire. Ray Liniger and Rob Moorcroft have found a bit of form of late. But unfortunately, their season's done. They can only impact someone else's. So if they win, they will end the Hookers season. And I'm sure there'd be a little bit of incentive to do that.
And I think the Hookers need to win big time, actually, just to boost up the percentage, just to give themselves a mathematical chance.
Yeah, and the thing is with the Hookers too, they're still alive in Survivor.
Yeah.
So they've got that to play for as well, because we have 3 teams left in Team Survivor, and that's the Bullies, the Hookers, and the Tornadoes. So the Hookers have got that one there to try and continue on.
Speaking of Tornadoes, they're up against the Goblins in a match probably we won't be spending too much time on previewing.
No. Will they field a team this week? Probably doubtful at best. Surely they have pride in the logo, or are they like their name, Granny's Corner? Old, decrepit, but lovable. I don't know, Mark. Last time they met, the Tornadoes won by 5. The Goblins actually got a run on the cruise ship.
Did they?
Yeah, old Rico was there, proudly wearing the hat. Pity your son didn't have the same injection of enthusiasm for the team, but It's hard to talk about the form of the Goblins because they've got none. 0, zilchy, nothing. Tornadoes have everything to play for here, and it should assure them a top 4 if they win. Tornadoes, it's in your hands. You've got the commitment of the players now. That should be enough to account for the disenchanted Goblins. Will the following players make the effort to greet the first tee? Tyrrell, Benson, Wilson, Byrne, Boland, Burrell, Keskinen, Ibis. Don't know. Max is at the snow this week. He may find a snow bunny and not come back.
Will we get that exclusive too?
I will, and I'll be getting photos if it does.
Which leaves us with the last match, Matty, for preview, which is an absolute clinker also. It's the Pirates, the much...
Imagine if they lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, no, it'd get really edgy around finals time.
God, wouldn't it what?
Pirates and the Peakers, who are desperate. Desperate. This is last chance saloon for them too.
Pirates first on the ladder, the Peakers are 5th. Looks a cracker, and it's going to have massive ramifications on the Peakers' top 4 chances. Last time they met, Hazy, what do you reckon the scores were?
Oh, I'd say the Pirates in probably a 7 or 8 point thriller.
It was a draw.
Was it really?
182 to 182.
Ooh.
Mirrors and Flea top scored for the Pirates, while Flange and Digger James for the Peakers. The Pirates would love to keep winning leading into the finals, and you don't want to be going into finals in losing form. It's hard to pick the Peakers, but if one player wants to defeat the Pirates, it would be the Flange. Ian is known to, how do we say, manage his game to give him the best chance of success.
His game or his
game. And this is the match to do it, Ian. If you're ever going to do it and have that 44 or 43 points that you're capable of, now it is the time to do it. And I know you'd love it to stick it up Pirates players Sue Gregory, Darren Heaton and Lee McMuffin and Scuba Hub. So...
they're his top 4 Pirates, I think.
Yeah, he would love to win and stick it up those players. But your time to shine, Ian. If you're ever going to do it, this Saturday is the day.
Whew. Well, it's all set up, really. It's coming down to a crescendo, as you said. Bullies, Hookers and Tornadoes, the team's still alive in the Survivor Series. We had Cam win the Travis Matthew and the generous Your Golf Pro. And Callaway's, the good folk at Callaway are going to stump up 3 lots of balls.
3 lots of balls.
The Bullies, the Hookers, and the 20-acre Warriors.
Jeez, I hope I don't run out of balls, Hazy.
I think I'll donate mine back that I didn't earn. So, anyway, thanks again, Matty. We really appreciate having you here having us all here in the abode.
Thank you, Hazy. Apologies for the delay in the video. We've had to work in with our man's time frame here, and we've been able to get that done tonight, Monday night. So, yes, the video will probably reach you Tuesday at some stage. So, thank you. I suppose one thing, Hazy, we need to probably just touch base on will be the presentation night.
Oh, yes.
Yep, so we've got, that's scheduled for Saturday the 7th of September, which is the night of the grand final. So, the club will send out an email shortly just in regards to all the information on that.
Yep.
Put it in your diary now so you can reserve that off. So when you do get that chance to book your ticket, you've already got that set aside rather than trying to, oh, shivers, I've got something else on. So it's a good night, we have a bit of fun.
And if you've paid to play, which you obviously all have, it's a free ticket to come along for a meal and a bit of half-assed entertainment from us.
From us too. And then if you do wish to bring your lovely along, there is a charge for them, but that'll be all sent out in an email over the next week or so, because we are about 4 to 5 weeks away from the grand final night, which is going to be a good contest.
Neville Richards wouldn't happen without the good folk down there, Luke Campbell and crew. Huge thanks to them. Of course, Callaway, Your Golf Pro. And that's about it, Matty, I reckon.
Thank you, Hazy. Good to see you back on deck.
Yeah, we'll see you guys all around the club when I'm back. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.